Hey everybody, thanks for clicking the thumbnail, and I hope you enjoy the video. And you might, because if you're a hockey fan, this is good news. The NHL and the NHLPA, I guess, have agreed to get the season started. So this is reported by Pierre Lebrun and Frank Saravalli, so there's nothing official yet reported by the NHL or the NHLPA, but they've reached a tentative agreement to get the season going. It will require a vote to get it approved. So apparently, like right now, while I'm filming this, the NHLPA is having a scheduled meeting, and is expected they'll approve it then. The NHL is expected to approve after its Board of Governors meets this weekend. So they're supposed to meet this weekend, and there might be an announcement over the weekend. Let's see now. The agreement would see training camps. So let's get started now. Training camps would open January 3rd. That's for the 24 teams that made it to the RTP last season. The other 7 teams would have training camps open December 30th. So that's 4 days in advance of the other teams. Let's see now. And the season is expected to open on... it's funny because I didn't write that. Let me write that now. So the season is expected to open January 13 start to season. Don't know why I forgot that. So, that's basically what they've announced already. So nothing's changed there. Remember, it's all tentative on how things go. And like I said, it's not officially announced yet, although it's expected that both the NHLPA and the NHL will ratify this agreement. A 56-game scheduled, as previously announced. They're expected to resolve the issue with the Canadian provinces by Monday. So, of course, the news happened, I'd say about an hour and a half after I released the video, News of the Day type video, and I talked about this stuff. So now... We know there was issues with Canadian All Canadian division, and they thought maybe it was in jeopardy. They might have to move them to the States. It looks like they're going to get it resolved with the Canadian provinces by Monday, and it really seems to be only BC that's the big problem. So I'll continue reading. So the league hopes to resolve this issue with Canadian teams and health protocols in certain provinces. It's believed Quebec and Manitoba say they'll trust in the NHL's protocols and that the NHL knows what they're doing. Alberta is expected to be okay as well, considering they'll be hosting the 2020 World Junior Championships in Edmonton. And Ontario is thought to be okay with it, leaving BC as the lone naysayer. The report says this should be resolved by Monday. If teams can't play in their own arenas, which could be a possibility that they can't, they resolve it, but not by each province allowing the teams into their own arenas, but by getting a hub situation going again. And apparently, this was talked about already, but that it would be Edmonton or Toronto, but it looks like it'll be Edmonton. So Edmonton for the hub. And not have to move them to the U.S. So they're talking about temporarily moving the teams to the U.S., kind of doesn't make sense. A hub situation in Canada would make a lot more sense than moving the teams to the U.S. So I would think that's where they're going to go. But apparently the players aren't very warm to either scenario. So they don't want to go to the U.S. to play their games, and they're not that happy with the hub situation from last season in Edmonton, and they don't really want to go back to doing that again. Okay, so a 23-man roster that will it's with a 4 to 6 man taxi squad. The cap is going to remain at $81.5 million for the 23-man roster. The 4 to 6 man taxi squad will be comprised of players from the AHL, and they will be paid like they are in the AHL. If an injury happens, then they need to bring up a player. So it'll be like, I guess it was in regular times, except there'll be a more expedient way of doing it for like a special change to the CBA for this season only, to make it easier to bring them up and down, although they'll be with them. And it'd be like normal that if a guy gets hurt, you have to have the cap space or the guy goes on a long-term injury reserve, one of the two, so you can afford to bring the guy in. I think that hasn't, at least they didn't explain it any further, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be changed. So it's not an expanded roster. It's just going to be a 23-man roster with a taxi squad. All of the 27 to 29, depending on if it's 4 to 6 men, they will travel and practice together. So all of them will be together as kind of like a unit. Players will be able to opt out. So players can opt out if a player or a member of his immediate family is considered to be at high risk. So if that's the case, they're allowed to opt out, but they opt out without pay. And I guess that's understandable. I guess that didn't happen in the RTP. I guess they were paid if they opt out. I don't know. Only a few players opted out, but it's understandable with all the losses and everything. I guess you can kind of understand that the NHL kind of doesn't want to pay the guys that don't want to play, even though they're requiring them to have these special conditions. And to me, that would mean like, I guess, you know, if a guy's making $5 million and he can't because his kid is high risk, does the team want to pay him $5 million? I mean, I guess, considering the financial situation going on, I guess it's kind of, it just seems harsh, right? That you're going to get, you don't get your pay. But I guess anybody else in the real world, like us, if we chose to not go to work, we're not getting paid. So, you know, it is what it is. So this is what looks like is going to happen. We're going to find out, I guess, over the weekend. So hopefully on by Monday, Tuesday at the latest, we'll kind of know. They kind of have to get this done soon if they want to hit that target date for January 13th, because if they don't get this done like in the next few days, they're going to have to push it back a little more. I mean, they may have to still push it back a little more depending on how things go, but if they definitely don't get things like resolved and they can move forward in getting the plans made, it's going to get pushed back. So let's hope that doesn't happen. It doesn't look like it will. It's typical with the NHL. When push comes to shove, that's when the agreements come out, and that's when they're able to get things done. And literally, like, this was pretty much, today was kind of the last day they didn't have something done. It was going to get pushed back. And it seems like when everybody thought, no, this isn't happening, they kind of even said there'll be no announcement, even though the NHLPA was scheduled to meet tonight. So they said there would be no announcement and whatever. So we all figured it's going to be pushed back. But surprise, just as I'm eating supper, it figures that's when they're going to announce it. That, yeah, I saw that. Oh, this announcement just came out. Great. Okay, better get a video done. So I watched the hockey guy's video, and he must have put it out like right away because he didn't have that much information in here. So in a way, I'm lucky that I was able to, by having supper at the time, I was able to wait a little bit, and then I found some stories that gave a lot more information to that, I guess. So, before I lose my microphone's falling down. Thanks for watching. That's the video. If you like it, give a thumbs up. If you have any comments about it, in the comment section below. And if you are new to the channel or you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, ring that notifications bell, and that's going to get you many more videos like this. And if you're a Habs fan, your daily fix of Habs, Bleu Blanc Rouge. That's it. Okay, let me say this again. You can get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge right here, Talking Habs. And that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate it. Please stay safe out there. And at the risk of losing my microphone, peace out, y'all. See you next video. Bye, everybody.